It's 3:30 in the morning. The house is still. The world outside is silent. But once again, your eyes open. You don't want to be awake, you want to sleep. You pull the blanket closer, you turn over, you try every trick you know, but it doesn't matter. Your mind feels alert, almost restless, while your body feels heavy and tired. And as you lie there, staring into the dark, you start wondering, why does this keep happening? If this sounds familiar, let me reassure you, you are not alone. Millions of seniors wake up at the very same hour every night between 3 and 5 a.m., like clockwork. Some feel anxious for no reason, others just stare into the dark, waiting for morning to come. But very few have ever been told why. Doctors may call it just part of aging. Friends might say it's normal after 60, but I can tell you it's not just aging. It's your body trying to tell you something. And if you listen closely, if you learn to understand the message it's sending, you can change this completely. Because waking up in the middle of the night isn't random. It's your body's internal clock, your organs, your hormones, your energy, all working together, or sometimes against each other. Today I want to take you by the hand and show you what's really happening between 3 and 5 a.m., those quiet hours when your body is whispering for balance. We'll uncover the 5 real reasons why you keep waking up, reasons that most people have never been told, and more importantly, I'll show you what you can do tonight to finally sleep deeply again. So take a deep breath, settle in, and stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand your body in a way you never have before. And once you do, peaceful sleep won't feel like a mystery anymore. It will feel natural again. You know, I meet so many people who tell me the same story. They eat well, they walk every day, they take their vitamins, they go to bed early, they do everything they're supposed to, and yet somehow sleep still slips away. They lie awake wondering what they did wrong. Is it stress? Is it my medication? Is it just old age? And that's when I see it, that quiet frustration behind their eyes, because no one has ever told them the truth. It's not that you're doing something wrong, it's that your body has changed and the world around you hasn't kept up. You see, after 60, your body's chemistry begins to shift in gentle, subtle ways. The hormones that once guided your energy and sleep, cortisol, melatonin, insulin, don't move in perfect rhythm anymore. The organs that work silently through the night, your liver, your kidneys, your adrenals, start to follow their own pace. Think of your body as an orchestra. For decades, every instrument played in perfect harmony. Your heart kept time, your brain led the melody, your hormones kept rhythm. But now one instrument has slowed down, another has sped up, and what you hear in the night is the sound of that slight disharmony. It's not noise, it's communication. Your body isn't breaking down, it's adjusting. The challenge is that no one ever taught us how to listen to it. We were told that sleep problems are just part of aging. But that's not true. What's really happening is that your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, is out of sync. Every organ in your body has its own schedule. Your liver works hardest between 1 and 3 in the morning. Your lungs clear themselves around 4. Your cortisol begins to rise just before dawn. When everything is balanced, you sleep right through it. But when one part of that cycle becomes overloaded, too much sugar before bed, too little hydration, too much stress, or even the wrong lighting, the whole rhythm stumbles. That's why you wake up. It's not random, it's your body trying to restore balance. It's your inner clock saying, something's off, please pay attention. And here's something I want you to remember tonight. You are not broken. You are beautifully designed. Your body is wise beyond measure, and every signal it sends is a message of care, not failure. So instead of fighting your body, what if we listen to it? What if we learn to understand what each 3 a.m. wake-up truly means? Because your body isn't your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Your body isn't broken, it's speaking. Let's learn its language. You see, what we often call insomnia isn't always about stress or anxiety or even aging. It's about timing. It's about rhythm. Inside your body lives one of the most precise systems ever created, your biological clock. not the one on your nightstand, but the one built into every single cell. It's what tells your heart when to rest, your liver when to detoxify, and your brain when to release sleep hormones. For most of your life, those internal clocks have ticked together, beautifully synchronized like the gears inside a fine old watch. But as the years pass, those gears begin to drift just a little. One turns too slowly, another spins too fast, and even the smallest misstep throws off the entire harmony. Imagine your body as a grand old clock tower. Each gear, your organs, your hormones, your nerves, has its role. When they all move in perfect sequence, the chime rings clear and strong. But if just one gear slips, the chime still sounds, only it echoes at the wrong hour. That's what's happening when you wake between 3 and 5 in the morning. The chime is early, but it's still trying to do its job. It's not your mind betraying you. It's your body keeping watch, a loyal caretaker trying to restore order. Between 3 and 5 a.m., your body enters one of its most active repair periods. Your liver finishes its nightly cleaning shift, your lungs begin to expand and clear, your adrenal glands quietly prepare your body for the new day. Everything is moving beneath the surface, working, balancing, rebuilding. So when something feels off, when the liver is overloaded or your blood sugar drops or cortisol rises too soon, your body sends a signal. It wakes you up, not to punish you, but to protect you. It's saying something here needs attention. That's why sleeping pills rarely solve the problem. They may silence the signal, but they don't fix the cause. The real solution isn't to force your body into silence, it's to bring the rhythm back, to help those inner gears find their natural timing again. And once you understand what each wake-up means, you'll realize something remarkable. Your body has been communicating with you all along. You just needed to learn its language, so let's do that together. Let's look at the 5 real reasons your body keeps waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. The hidden patterns behind those sleepless hours, and what you can do to gently bring your system back into harmony. The first reason begins with one of your hardest working organs, one that never stops cleaning, balancing, and protecting you even while you sleep. Let's begin with the first reason, the liver's midnight shift. Your liver is one of the most loyal organs you have. It never stops working, filtering your blood, breaking down toxins, balancing hormones, and storing energy for the next day. And what many people don't realize is that your liver does its heaviest work at night, especially between 1 and 3 a.m. Think of it like the body's cleaning crew. While you're supposed to be resting, it's sweeping through every corner of your system, gathering up waste and restoring balance. But here's the problem. If your liver is overloaded from late dinners, alcohol, sugary desserts, or long-term medication use, it can't keep up. And when that happens, it doesn't stay silent. It wakes you. Maybe you wake up hot, restless, or thirsty. Maybe your heart beats faster for no reason. Maybe you feel anxious even though you were perfectly calm when you went to bed. That's your liver raising its hand saying, I need help. I once spoke with a gentleman in his 70s who woke every night at exactly 3 o'clock. He thought it was stress. But when we looked closer, his dinners were heavy and late, sometimes finishing at 9 or even 10. His liver was working overtime while he was trying to sleep. When he simply began eating earlier and keeping his dinners light, soup, steamed vegetables, a little fish, those wake-ups slowly disappeared. The message is simple. Your liver can't detox and digest at the same time. Give it the space to rest and it will reward you with deeper sleep. So tonight, try this. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before bed. Avoid alcohol and heavy fats late in the evening. A cup of warm water with lemon or a gentle herbal tea can help your liver do its work quietly without waking you in the middle of the night. It's a small change, but your body will feel the difference and your nights will become peaceful again. Now that we understand the liver's midnight cry for balance, let's move to the second reason, one that hides in plain sight and affects almost every senior I've ever met. A sudden drop in blood sugar that jolts your brain awake. The second reason is what I call the silent blood sugar drop. Even if you don't have diabetes, your brain depends on a steady flow of glucose all night long. It's like a small fireplace that needs just enough wood to keep the flame alive. Not too much, not too little. But when you eat something sweet, starchy, or drink alcohol before bed, your blood sugar rises quickly and then crashes just a few hours later. Around 2 or 3 in the morning, your brain suddenly runs out of fuel. And when that happens, it panics. To protect you, your body releases adrenaline, the same hormone that wakes you up during danger. And that's exactly what it does. Your eyes open, your heart beats faster. Sometimes you feel anxious, sweaty, or restless, not because of a bad dream, but because your brain is simply asking for fuel. I once worked with a lovely woman who told me she woke up at 3 every night with her heart racing. She thought it was anxiety, but her evening ritual was tea with biscuits before bed. When she replaced that with a small handful of almonds and a slice of apple, the problem disappeared in days. It wasn't her nerves, it was her blood sugar. So tonight, skip the sweets and the wine before bed. If you need a bedtime snack, choose something gentle, a spoon of yogurt, a few nuts, or half a banana. Keep that little fire burning steadily and your brain won't sound the alarm at 3 a.m. Now, once your liver and blood sugar are in harmony, there's another player we need to talk about. One that controls when you wake and when you sleep, your stress hormone, cortisol. Now let's talk about the third reason, the early cortisol surge. Cortisol is your natural wake-up hormone. It's the gentle hand that's supposed to nudge you awake around sunrise, giving you the energy to start your day. But when life feels stressful, when you stay up late staring at bright screens, or when your evenings are filled with tension instead of calm, that hormone starts rising too soon. And that's when you find yourself wide awake at 3 or 4 in the morning, as if your body thinks it's time to get up. I once spoke with a retired teacher who told me she hadn't slept past 4 a.m. in years. Every night she'd scroll on her phone before bed, thinking it helped her relax. But that blue light was tricking her brain into believing it was morning. Her cortisol began to climb hours too early. When she replaced that habit with soft light, quiet music, and a short breathing exercise, her body relearned its rhythm. Within a week, she was sleeping until sunrise. Cortisol isn't the enemy, it's just confused. The good news is you can retrain it. 2 things make a huge difference: dimming lights and quieting your mind. After sunset, let the house grow softer, warmer lights, no screens. And before bed, spend 10 slow breaths focusing only on your exhale. You'll feel your body unwind. When you do that, you're sending a message to your hormones. It's night now, you can rest. And once that rhythm returns, your nights become whole again. Now let's move to the fourth reason, one most people never consider, yet it silently affects almost everyone. Your body temperature and hydration levels drop just before dawn. The fourth reason is something most people never think about, the temperature and hydration dip. Around 3 to 5 in the morning, your body reaches its lowest temperature of the entire day. It's part of nature's rhythm. Your internal thermostat cools you down so you can rest more deeply. But if your bedroom is too cold, or if you went to bed slightly dehydrated, that natural cooling becomes uncomfortable. You might not even notice it at first. Just a subtle chill that pulls you out of deep sleep, or a dry mouth that wakes you, making you shift, roll over, and struggle to drift back. I once spoke with an older gentleman who said he woke every night at 4 a.m. for no reason. But when we looked closer, he drank barely any water during the day and kept his room so cool that even his hands were cold to the touch. He began hydrating earlier, added a small pinch of sea salt to his water, and warmed his bedroom by just 2 degrees. Within days, those mysterious wake-ups faded. Dehydration doesn't always feel like thirst. Sometimes it feels like restlessness. And when your body lacks fluid, even your muscles tighten slightly, sending small discomfort signals that can wake you before dawn. So here's a gentle reminder: hydrate well during the day, not late at night. Sip small amounts often, and eat water-rich foods, cucumber, soups, fruit. And when bedtime comes, make sure your blanket feels cozy, not heavy. A stable temperature and steady hydration can turn restless hours into peaceful rest. And once you've balanced your liver, your sugar, your cortisol and your hydration, there's one final piece to the puzzle, the breath of life itself. Let's talk about oxygen. The fifth reason, and perhaps the most overlooked, is what I call the oxygen and airway effect. As we age, our breathing patterns change. The muscles in the throat and chest can relax a little more during sleep, and sometimes that means our breathing becomes shallow. Even the tiniest drop in oxygen, just for a few seconds, is enough to send an alarm through the nervous system. Your brain senses, something's not right, wake up, breathe. And you do suddenly, sharply between 3 and 5 a.m. For some it's a light snore, for others a dry mouth in the morning or a dull headache. You might think you woke up because you had to use the bathroom, but often it's the other way around. You woke up first because your body was asking for air. I remember a woman in her late 60s who told me she'd wake up gasping at night, heart pounding. She feared it was anxiety. But the truth was simpler. She was sleeping flat on her back, her chin tilted downward, narrowing her airway. Once she began sleeping slightly on her side with her head elevated, her night panic disappeared almost entirely. Your body's need for oxygen is non-negotiable. When it senses even a whisper of shortage, it acts immediately, not to scare you, but to protect you. So if you often wake with a dry mouth, morning headaches, or a racing heart, it may be your body reminding you to breathe better, not deeper. Try this. Sleep on your side. Keep your nasal passages clear with a gentle saline rinse, and make sure your pillow keeps your neck aligned, not bent forward. When oxygen flows freely, your body relaxes. And when your body relaxes, sleep becomes easy again. Now that you've seen how these 5 reasons work, your liver, your blood sugar, your cortisol, your hydration, and your breath, let's put all the pieces together and see the beautiful harmony behind it all. Now that we've uncovered the 5 main reasons you wake between 3 and 5 a.m., let's take a step back and look at how they connect, because they do. Every one of these systems, your liver, your blood sugar, your hormones, your hydration, and your breathing, is part of one grand design. They don't work in isolation. They move together like the instruments in an orchestra. When the liver becomes overloaded, it creates inflammation. That inflammation interferes with blood sugar control. Unsteady blood sugar then confuses your cortisol rhythm, and early cortisol spikes raise your heart rate and temperature. That heat dehydrates you, your breathing becomes shallow, and suddenly the whole orchestra is playing off key. But here's the good news, you don't need to fix every instrument at once. If you bring just one back into tune, the rest begin to follow. Support your liver and your blood sugar steadies. Calm your stress and your breathing deepens. Hydrate and your heart stops racing. The body knows how to find harmony once you give it the right cue. It reminds me of an old piano I used to have in my home. It was slightly out of tune, so even a beautiful melody sounded sharp and uneven. But when the tuner came and adjusted a few keys, not all, just a few, suddenly the whole song sounded right again. Your body is exactly like that. It doesn't need perfection, it just needs balance. When you eat a little earlier, breathe a little slower, and give your body what it's quietly asking for, those sleepless hours between 3 and 5 a.m. begin to fade. The harmony returns. And that's the beauty of your body. It never forgets how to play the right rhythm. It's waiting for you to conduct it gently back to balance. So now that you understand how it all fits together, let me guide you through a simple, gentle evening routine that helps your body remember its natural rhythm, the natural night protocol. Now let's bring everything together into something simple you can start tonight, what I call the natural night protocol. Picture this. It's evening and the sun is setting. You've finished dinner early, something light and gentle, maybe a bowl of soup, a few steamed vegetables, or a piece of fish with greens. Nothing heavy, nothing fried. Your liver smiles when you do that. A couple of hours later, if you feel a little hungry, have a small stabilizing snack. a handful of nuts, a spoon of yogurt, or a slice of apple. That tiny bit of protein and fat keeps your blood sugar steady all night. Then, as the night deepens, let your home grow quiet and dim. Turn off bright lights and screens. Give your eyes and your nervous system a break. Maybe you light a candle. Maybe you just sit for a moment, breathing slowly in through your nose, out through your mouth. When you're ready for bed, make sure your room feels peaceful, not too cold, not too hot. Keep a light blanket nearby and sip a little water before sleep, just enough to stay comfortable. Finally, when you lie down, rest on your side or in a position that lets your breath flow easily. Feel your body soften, your shoulders drop, your heart slow, and then whisper to yourself, "My body knows how to rest," because it does, it always has. This simple routine sends a powerful message. It tells your body that the day is over, that it's safe, that it can finally begin to heal. And when you repeat this night after night, you'll start to notice something. You'll wake up later, calmer, clearer. Your body will remember its rhythm. Now let me tell you what happens next, the moment when everything begins to change, the healing cycle. When your body begins to find its rhythm again, you'll feel it not just in your sleep, but in every part of your day. At first, the change is gentle. You start falling asleep faster. You wake less often, and when morning comes, you open your eyes feeling clear instead of foggy, calm instead of heavy. Within a week or two, your energy shifts. Your thoughts feel lighter. The small aches you used to notice fade quietly into the background. Even your mood begins to lift, because when your nights heal, your days heal too. This is your body remembering what it always knew: how to rest, how to restore, how to repair. Your body never forgets how to rest. It only needs the right signal. Give it that signal every night, and it will respond with peace, strength, and vitality. Now, before we close, I want to leave you with something important, a message from me to you. If this message spoke to you, if you're ready to finally sleep through the night again, scroll down and write in the comments, "I want to improve my sleep." I'll personally read your comment, and as a thank you, I'll send you a small gift to help you begin your healing journey, something gentle, something that reminds you that your rest truly matters. And if this video helped you, share it with a friend who also wakes at 3 a.m. You might change their nights too. Don't forget to subscribe. Join our growing community of seniors who are proving that age is just a number when you work with your body, not against it. Sweet dreams, my friend. Your body remembers how to rest. Tonight, let it